else played it for me, like something like blue collar in there. Yeah, that was a
When
big.
it
That
comes
was
to the country music, a lot of only the mainstream kind of reaches us here in New York, though, unless you like
Yeah.
dive deep into it.
yeah. I actually was supposed to play a gig out in Manhattan. I said that's what I was going to go out 2019 for, but I got sick at the last minute, so I couldn't
Oh
make
man.
the flight. I was supposed to play at I can't even think of the venue at this moment, but it was some country bar out there in Manhattan. As
There's a country scene out here. Is
Yeah,
it?
I didn't realize how much there was, and like till I was what, and honestly, I've been performing for about they say about 9 years, and out of all of the times I've been booking, it's like that's probably the quickest one I got booked, and I was surprised. I thought it was like a huge like it was. I got influenced by some buddy of mine was playing up in Buffalo. I was like I just trying out different parts in New York and Manhattan, this place came up and they're like they booked it right away. I'm like, geez Louise, I didn't think it was. And I looked up more into that area. I'm like, I didn't. So I actually met somebody that too long after that. I was like, yeah, that's got some country stuff up there. I'm like, I never even have thought of
Yeah,
that.
there's a
I
country
know.
scene out here for sure.
Yeah, I didn't think there was. I know, like several years ago or something like that. They finally put a country station out there in that area, and I'm like, I thought I was like, let's see how that works, and I guess it works. So I was like, that's kind of cool. I just didn't know a whole lot about it till yeah, and that happened. I just can't remember that. It's called Wagon How? What? I don't know. It's got a. I think about the name of the bar anymore, but yeah, it was kind of, yeah. I heard they were just doing pretty good. I had some more artists out there before the pandemic happened too.
I got two guys that I listen to country wise. I just looked into my phone. Kane Brown is one of the guys I listen to a lot of. And Luke Combs.
Luke Combs. Yeah, a lot of people are really on Luke Combs right now. As well, Cam Brown too, but Luke Combs is a yeah. Well, one of our last guests, probably one of the first guests we've had last month or so. Sam Beal, he's a big into Luke Combs too. He's more up in Midwest there, I think. Wrestling,
Uh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
like the
So
stuff though. When it rains, it pours. Is
yeah,
that song? Yeah.
I'll have to send you some of my music I have out there. So I'll
Oh
send it to
man,
you.
I love it, man. Send it to me. And Prince
Yeah,
Ahmed's like huge into country music, so I'm gonna send it to him for sure.
absolutely. I just got a new single out here about a couple months ago. We're about to do a video on here soon. So that's my other career is music. Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
absolutely.
Sorry, sorry to shift a little bit, but you mentioned three kids. How old are your kiddos?
Oh man. I hope my kids don't listen to this when they get older. um,
You're fine. You're fine. You're
oh
fine.
man. All right, yeah. So, my oldest is she's 11, turning on 12.
Okay.
I had her really young, so I had to grow up quick.
Yeah.
I actually have a stepdaughter who's my world. She's the one who lives with me. My oldest doesn't live with me. Um, my stepdaughter is 6 going on 7.
Mhm.
That little girl is my world. And then my two youngest are my boys. His name's Abel, he's 6, and my youngest is 1.5. His name is Lucas. So I
Nice.
got Savannah, Sophia, Abel, and Lucas. Those
Nice.
my drive for everything I do in wrestling.
No, I
Awesome.
get it. I have a couple kids
Nice.
myself. I have a 13-year-old. Wait, is he 13? Yeah, he's 13.
Yeah, there you
Uh,
go. There you go.
and I have one that's about to turn 6 in 3 weeks. So
Oh,
I completely get
awesome.
where you're talking about with kids, and here's a kicker. You've mentioned pizza and whatnot. I know it's hard, especially with the little one, to
Yes.
not do pizza.
We do pizza in my house at least once every 2 weeks, and I have
Yeah.
to use all my willpower not to eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. So like one of the funniest things is like, I know he won't eat what I want to eat, you know what I mean? Because I'm trying to eat a little bit better. So I'm like, hey, all right, so what do you want? He goes, well, if you're not gonna do pizza, I think grilled cheese is okay. Where did that sass come from, man?
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
uh, what what age are you? I didn't
I
maybe he's
I am 30 years old.
3 years. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, still young and going on. Yeah, absolutely. That's cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't gather that the exact age frame, so I was like, yeah, okay, what age? That's cool.
Yeah, no, I had my daughter when I was 18. That's
18.
when I
Okay.
had yeah, so she's turning 12 this year.
That's
I
cool.
had her when I was 18. So I had to grow up quick. I had to drop out of school, go to work full time. It was rough. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but one thing about those mistakes is that I learned from them, and that's what
That's
helped
the
me in the
main
wrestling,
thing.
man.
That's the
Now,
main thing. He's learning. That's it. That's what
now,
got in wrestling, you know.
now, do your kids, besides the 1-year-old, because I don't think your 1-year-old's gonna watch wrestling, but do your kids watch you?
My kid, my 1-year-old, right? He dances every time he hears Brock Lesnar's theme song. My kids in this house are brainwashed. My daughter Sophia, all she does is just talk about wrestling. She's so mad that I had to take the WWE network off her tablet because of the whole Peacock thing. So I'm trying to switch her over. So she's so mad she can't watch the women's rumble right now. Then my son Abel, he's in that stage where he just wants to do everything daddy does.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like in that whole like, oh, I want to be a doctor when I grow up, but I also want to be a wrestler like dad. And he's like, I asked him what his favorite wrestler was, and he said AJ Styles, and he didn't say me. So I was a little mad at him for that.
Yeah, let's go to Chuck E. Cheese. Go ask AJ Styles.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And my oldest, Savannah, she's like, you could tell she wants to do the wrestling, but she's not saying anything about it, but she definitely wants to do it. So it's one of the things I want to do in the wrestling business. My end all be all, and the whole reason I got into the wrestling business is to be the best I ever was. And I want to leave a family legacy behind. You know, like you got the McMahons, you got the Rhodes, you got the Flairs. Why can't there be another wrestling royalty family? Why can't it start with me? So
Yeah.
I want to be able to bring that into the business. So there's going to be a whole nother generation that gets into it too.
Absolutely, man. I
It's
respect
not
that.
likely
Absolutely.
possible. Yeah.
So, what do you do for like a day job? I mean, outside of what do you have a day job? I guess, or
Yeah, so during the right before the pandemic, I was like a operations manager. I would handle day-to-day businesses for whatever company I worked for at the time. Um, Once things really got really serious with the wrestling. My wife, who's like my biggest supporter of all time,
that's cool.
so like Conor McGregor has his wife, and one of the things he always talks about is how his wife kind of told him not to work a 9 to 5 no more and just focus on his MMA career, and that she'll take care of the bills and whatever needs to be taken care of. That's literally what I have.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
Wow,
That's great support
that
system.
is
yeah,
that
she
is
sat me
good.
down one day and said, "Look, we need to talk." And I'm thinking she's gonna give me the old speech about how she doesn't want me wrestling, or it's not gonna pay the bills. And she's like, "I know you're stressed out about finding a job and being in between jobs and picking up all these odd jobs here and there. I would like it if you just focus on your wrestling career and let me take care of the house and everything
That's
that we can take care of." So,
Wow,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
that's amazing. You know, it's hard to find that. It really is.
Oh
So
man, I'm a lucky man. So once I sign that contract, it definitely is going to be because of her and the support she gave me.
That's
yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, it's a good woman right there.
Yeah,
By
Definitely.
far.
absolutely.
Absolutely, it's hard to say. It's hard, as you know, a lot of people know it's hard to find that kind of support, and it's so props. Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
man, definitely. And it's like that throughout my whole family. They all give me support. My mom, my brothers, my best friends, everybody around me. They at first it almost. I remember when I first started, the first day I was gonna come in and wrestle. I was so nervous and scared. I was like, I watch these guys, my heroes, do this. I can't do this. This isn't for me. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not The Rock. I'm not Austin. And I remember my daughter came up to me and she said, I can't wait to have your figures and all your belts on my wall. And that was the moment it changed for me. That moment from there on, it was like, I'm going to be better than my heroes. So
Yeah, that's awesome,
my family is the reason I have the drive and the passion I have.
man. That's amazing. I took my hat off of that one.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that and again, um, pushing the strides definitely. I can definitely see how it worked for you, especially knowing that you're trying to hone your craft with the promo and bring that character to life. That's definitely what is needed to get the attention drawn to you.
Yeah, man. You have to.
Absolutely, yeah, that's cool. I do see you going definitely far. Honestly, I'm not just saying that either. I'm just being honest. It's between I said watching your promos and your in ring and everything, and honestly, I told KM this, seeing when we first started talking on a messenger, I'm like, this guy's got a good attitude, and you do, honestly. It's just the way you're messaging and everything, and the way you're talking to us too on this thing. It's you got a good positive attitude, very hungry. And you study the game. You're definitely bringing something good to the business. So it's you definitely will go and really go well in this business. So. Keep it going, obviously, as you will.
Definitely appreciate you saying that, man. That you saying that means the world to me, and you giving me a platform to show the world what I have to say and what goes on inside my head. That's sometimes more important than what you do inside of a ring.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fan and the person involved to just know the wrestler and the person that is the wrestler, and you give us a platform to do that. And thank you, man. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Hey, you gotta promise one thing though. You gotta make one promise.
Yeah.
Is that sometime in the future that you come back on the show.
Oh man, that's a no-brainer. You got me booked whenever you want, man. It's gonna happen.
All right.
Well, and what I was gonna say, you mentioned the more on the inside of it than everything else. One of the things that this is not kind of like tooting our horn, but one of the things that we kind of prefer to do is rather talk to you guys. Whenever we talk to independent wrestlers, is more so find out the person behind the character, because you're gonna get the same basic questions on about every interview you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And yes, we're gonna ask some of those, but they can hear that anywhere else. I'd rather ask you about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's important, man, to get out who I am and not really who PJ Savage is, but who PJ is. And, and I feel like you guys are doing a great job with that, man. This is the most me I feel like I've been on an interview. And
cool.
All the ones I've done. I've gotten to, you guys help me relax and let me be who I am.
That's awesome.
That's what we strive for. Do you have anything you want to ask Mark?
No, I'm good. Go ahead, man.
Anything you want to add, PJ?
Man, just check out everything I'm doing, man. Check out the YouTube channel. I'm uploading some stuff soon. PJ Savage. Everything's PJ Savage. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, everything. Facebook. Check out all the stuff I'm doing. I got a lot of things coming up in the future. Check out the Pro Wrestling Tee stores. Cool merch on there. And this is just the beginning, man. And huge shout out to wrestling. It's cool, man. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Do you have a Pro Wrestling Tees?
Yes, I do. It's prowrestlingtees.com/PJ Savage. Check it out.
So that was our conversation with PJ Savage, aka PJ Melly. We appreciate him coming on. It was a great conversation. Got to hear a different side of things, hear about him honing his craft and setting old tapes to try and better his ability to cut promos and things of that nature. You can hear our podcasts on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, and YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter at WrestlingSCool, Instagram and Facebook is Wrestling Still Cool, TikTok is Wrestling Still Cool 90, and the email is WrestlingStillCool@gmail.com. Send us suggestions, send us any kind of email you would like to send us, because we definitely want to hear that kind of feedback. And if you listen to this podcast, whatever platform that you listen to this podcast on, leave a review. We want to get some feedback here. So that was, again, our conversation with PJ Savage, the other Savage, not Macho Man Randy Savage. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.